is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for joining me for another video. This is my fourth and final installment of my MVPs. These are players that overperformed where I had them on draft day. And today I'm looking at my top 5 tight ends. Now, full disclosure, I only went 20 deep in my tight end rankings pre-draft. So many of the guys on this list did not even make the cut for that. I'm likely gonna go deeper next year, both to help you guys out and also give myself a better look at how I did as well. What I want to do is check out the reasons why these players overperformed, where we thought they would go, to hopefully give us some insight into next season. We're gonna look at how they did as a season overall, as well as the critical weeks in the fantasy playoffs when we needed them the most. I would love to hear your thoughts on your MVPs at the tight end position, guys that help you hopefully take home the championship. We're gonna kick it off with one of my favorite tight ends and a guy I had in multiple leagues. It is TJ Hockenson. I had him as the 8th ranked tight end going into the year. He finished as the overall tight end 2. Now, Hockenson always had the talent, but the combination of injury issues and too many mouths to feed in Detroit kept him from truly breaking out, and it also pushed him down my draft board. That changed with his trade to Minnesota in week number 9. Almost immediately, he became a focal point in their high-scoring offense. He averaged nearly 10 targets per game. Hawk never finished lower than tight end 20 with the Vikings. He racked up 5 top 10 performances in 9 tries as well. Hawk became a smash play every single week, and he rarely let you down, and he helped owners with a great run to the playoffs. During week 16 and 17, Hawk scored twice and compiled 168 total yards, cementing his place on this list. At a spot where studs give you a massive positional advantage, Hawk helped carry many teams to a title. The next tight end I'm looking at who was an MVP is Tyler Higbee. His pre-draft ranking for me was tight end 17. He finished in the top 10. He was off of a lot of people's radars for good reason because of the off-season acquisition of Allen Robinson. When you added in the return of Cam Akers and the presumed ascension of Van Jefferson, there did not seem to be a lot of room to grow in Los Angeles' offense for another productive pass catcher. A few things happened to change that. First, the offensive line imploded, was ravaged by injuries, and second, A-Rob turned out to be completely and utterly cooked. Finally, Matthew Stafford's injury was worse than initially reported, and this meant that the short to intermediate passing game was about the only offense that the Rams had, and that was pretty much all that Tyler Higbee did. He smashed as a result. Higbee posted tight end 1 finishes in 4 out of his first 5 games, and while he sputtered down the stretch, he did rebound in weeks 15 and 16 with top 10 finishes to get you to the championship game. Considering many people got him free, he was a big-time MVP if you did. The last 3 tight ends on this list were all outside of my top 20, proving you can get value for free or very cheap if you can hit with a lucky pick late. The first is Juwan Johnson. He went from a complete afterthought to a locked-in tight end 2 option with upside every single week, and the reason why is pretty easy and can be explained in a single word: tutties. Johnson scored 7 times between week 7 and 15, carrying owners in desperate need of an option at the position. Of course, he did kill you a few times, but what tight end hasn't? Many weeks, Johnson was the number 2 option in a Saints offense that could not stay healthy or produce consistently, and he still found a way. Even when he wasn't scoring, he was at least giving you some solid yardage numbers. Juwan kept plenty of owners afloat, and he was a freebie off of waivers. Both of those things will always be a win. Next up on this list is Evan Ingram, who finished as tight end 6 on the season. He was a major miss for me, but to be fair, he deserved it. For years, we thought and hoped that the breakout was coming, and all it ever led to was another letdown. Who knew that all it would take was a change of scenery and the emergence of a stud quarterback to change the narrative. Ingram did struggle early, and most thought it was going to be the same old story for him. Many people actually ended up dropping him. But once Trevor Lawrence flipped the switch, Ingram followed, making big plays all over the field. He posted 6 top 10 finishes on the year, including 3 of them from weeks 13 to 16 when it mattered most. Those huge games during that critical stretch helped alter playoff landscapes. And if you picked him up early or you kept the faith in him late, his production was a game changer. The last tight end I have on this list is Taysom Hill. He's the second Saints tight end that posted a top 10 finish on the year, which has to be some sort of record. But let's be honest, Hill doesn't really have a true position anywhere. He's utilized as a quarterback, running back, tight end, and even wide receiver at times, and is almost a cheat code to have him in at your tight end slot. Hill had peaks and valleys, and his range of outcomes from week to week was an absolute nightmare to handle. However, if you plugged him in without fear, especially late in the season, he paid off in a big way. From weeks 13 to 17, Hill never fell out of tight end 1 range. He scored touchdowns in every single game, and he did most of his damage on the ground, becoming a goal line option for a while in New Orleans. He also had some passing opportunities sprinkled in as well. Hill was likely on a lot of championship rosters, and he put your team over the top as a big-time waiver wire ad in most leagues. And that is the last tight end MVP that I have for you guys in the video. Let me know who yours were in the comments down below. Please like the video if you enjoyed the content, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. It is greatly appreciated and helps keep Relentless Press moving forward. To all of my current subscribers out there, thank you guys so very much for the support. I could not and would not do it without you. This is Relentless Press. I am your host, Abraham Opatz, and I will see you next time.